Hello, hello, hello. I'm back. I'm still sorting out my hair. I'm back. So I did promise, let's just fix this camera. There we go. I did promise when I was on earlier that I would come back and do a really, really quick live session. Two purposes. One, I promised you, so I am. And secondly, I wanted to test out the lighting because I always do my videos or my lives in the daytime, and I'm usually at that end of the kitchen, and I'm using the natural light. So today is just to test out the video quality and the lighting quality without you. Oops, excuse me. Okay, so I'm testing out the quality without using natural light, and I'm using mirroring light. So yeah, it's all testing until I get this absolutely spot on. And the one thing I did realize when I listened back to the video earlier is that I need to get a microphone because the audio isn't great. So it's really useful doing these lives because I'm learning as I go along. So I'm back. So thank you for joining me. So earlier we were talking about whether on the Weight Watchers program you should use all your points, because that was a question that came up. So if you want to know my response to that, feel free to check out the video. Excuse me, it was a live video. Do feel free to check that out. And hear my response to that as to whether on the Weight Watchers plan we should use all our points. So today this session is going to be a really quick one, because I've got really another good topic for you. Something that came up today was how do we deal with weight gain, and a really good topic. On my journey, I have had many weight gains. I've lost 114 pounds to date. I don't know if you knew that. I keep shouting about it. I will never stop shouting about it because I'm super proud. Never ever thought I could lose half a stone, never mind 114 pounds. So yeah, weight gains are part of the journey. Wherever you are, it's something that we need to just accept. It's going to be part of the journey, and it happens for all sorts of reasons. It happens, one, because we're not eating as healthily or as carefully as we should or could. It could happen because we've taken our eyes off the ball. It could also happen because, we're changing things up. Maybe we're doing a bit more activity and we're moving more. Maybe we're in the gym, we're lifting weights, maybe we're running. It could happen for that. We get a small weight gain. It could happen for health reasons. I know on my journey, I suffer with a lot of inflammation, the arthritis, the swollen joints, and that happens, in the hot and the cold weather. And when I carry inflammation, it's going to show on the scale. It could happen because of, again, the change in the weather. Sometimes when it's hot, we can carry fluid, and that can weigh on the scale. When we're traveling, if ever your feet or your hands or your face get a little bit swollen, it could just be that you're carrying that little bit of excess fluid. That will show on the scale. It could also be, due to menopause, experiencing the menopause and menopausal symptoms. Could be due to that. Could be due to stress. We're experiencing stress in our lives, and stress can do all sorts of things to our bodies. We can have a gain for that reason. Could be that we're not drinking enough fluid. we're dehydrated, we could have a gain for that. It could be that we're not getting enough sleep. Yeah, and that plays havoc with our hormones in our system. Get a gain for that. Could be that we're eating too much salty or sugary things that's going to help to retain fluid. Could have a gain for that. There could be all sorts of reasons that we have the weight gain. All sorts of reasons. And what I learned on my journey really quickly is that it is part and parcel of the journey. And sometimes we feel that the weight gain is undeserved. It's like, you know what, I've done everything right. I've eaten really well. You know, I've slept well. I've drank my water. I've moved more. Done all of this, and the scales don't reflect it. It could be that, you know, so we sometimes feel like we just don't deserve that gain, and we feel that we should have had a loss. So there were all sorts of reasons going on. And, you know, the one thing that I've lost on my journey to losing 114 pounds is that it happens. It happens. And sometimes I would have an unexpected weight gain, and it would be off the next week. It would be off, and brilliant. But if the second week I had a gain, and the third week I still had a gain, then at that point I'm thinking, no, something is definitely off. So I would have to go back and look at what I was doing, what I was eating, become a bit of a detective, be curious, looking at my food, looking at my portions, looking at what I'm drinking. And sometimes my food was absolutely fine. It was the alcohol. I was drinking my calories. It could have been also that maybe my food, my drink was fine, but I'd started walking more in the summer. And because of that, I was now carrying excess fluid. So there's all sorts of reasons why we could have a gain. But if it's 1 week, we have a gain. What I've learned to do, and I can't tell you what to do. You will decide how you react. But what I learned to do was just say, okay, that's just my body. That's just my body. If I know that I've done everything right, I've lived a healthy lifestyle, I've eaten well, I've slept well, I've moved, I've drank, you know, I've slept. If I've done all of those good, healthy habits and I've gained or I've stayed the same, I'm like, that's cool. That's cool. That is my body way of just reacting. If, however, the second week I gained, and the third week I gained, and the fourth week I gained, that's the point I'd be like, you know what? No, something's going on there. So I would go back and have a little look at everything, you know, my food, my drink, my activity, looking at my sleeping patterns, and then going back and recording and tracking everything really carefully to try and find out why I was having a gain. And do you know what? On my journey, that has happened. And I realised that for me, there was nothing that I'd done wrong. My food, my drink, my sleep, everything was fine. It was because of my medication. I was on medication. And sometimes my GP had to increase my medication, or sometimes they would decrease it for my diabetes, my lupus, my arthritis. And sometimes it was just that I had to increase my painkillers. And that was enough to cause a fluctuation. So, you know, just exploring what I was eating, what I was drinking, what I was doing, and what else was going on in my life could be enough to explore that. But what I also learned is this: just got to keep going, just keep going. And there were times when, you know, I was staying the same. No matter what I was doing, I was staying the same. And again, I learned over time, and this is just me, I learned over time that that is my body just adjusting. And even now, I'm still very much on my journey now, because I've still got about another 2.5 stone that I'd like to lose. And even now, I can go for weeks. You know, I weigh myself monthly now, and this is one of the reasons why I decided to shift from a weekly weigh-in, because those fluctuations were just doing my head in. So, you know, I know that, so like last month, in the month of December, I lost 2 pounds. Now, I know that in those four or 5 weeks, there'd have been weeks where I stayed the same. There might have been weeks where I had gains over Christmas, but it all leveled out to a 2 pound loss at the end of the month. But before I was doing that monthly weigh-in, back in the early part of my journey, you know, I would get really frustrated, absolutely frustrated. There were times where I wasn't even dropping a kidney bean, wasn't dropping a crumb, nothing. And I was doing a lot of hard work, tracking everything, eating right, moving, nothing. And again, I learned that my body is incredible. My body is amazing. And as and when my body is ready, my body will release the weight. So I had to learn to stop fretting, to stop worrying, and just put the work in, because I knew that my body was going to reward me. And sure enough, my body did reward me. Sometimes it would be 2-3 months down the line, and all of a sudden I'd get like a 4 pound weight loss. After weeks of nothing, just 4 pounds came off like that. So what I have learned on my journey is to respect my body, to really respect my body for the marvel that it is. And as long as I'm treating my body right and I'm looking after myself, I'm eating right, I'm drinking right, I'm moving, I'm sleeping, I'm resting, you know, I'm thinking positively, I'm living life and I'm enjoying life, my body will reward me. And it may not reward me as when I want it to, but it will reward me. And it will reward me in lots of different ways, not necessarily by the number on the scale, which is important and it will show eventually, but inches. I've come down from a size 26 to now, well, this top that I'm wearing now, my sports top, this is an XL, which is a 12 to 14, and it's a mainstream. I would never have been able to wear that before, never. So, you know, I've come down, I can get into 10, 12 in the high street. I was never able to do that. You know, I can spring out of bed some mornings, not every morning, but some mornings with a little spring in my step. I can get up and down the stairs that little bit easier. It's not easy, but easier. You know, I can move that little bit easier. You know, I'm thinking a bit more positive. I can get out in and out of the chair and my sofa easier. I remember the days I literally had to get my son to haul me out of the sofa, haul me out, brace himself and haul me out. I was so heavy. And now I can get out the sofa myself, you know. So there's lots and lots of different ways to measure our success. Even like my wrists, you know, my jewelry is like sliding off my wrist. I can get my hand all the way around my wrist. Couldn't even do that before. My watch, I've had to look how far up the arm it is now. You know, it is on the last, it's on the very last hook. Very last hook. And look how far up the arm it is. You know, before it was on the tightest hook and it was down here, you know. So all of these are different ways that we can measure ourselves and measure our progress and our success by. Because if we're just waiting for that number on the scale, there's one thing that is sure: we're going to get disappointed. So yeah, I had to learn that. I learned that is that looking at my success in lots of different ways, and that our bodies will choose to just normalize, to settle at a certain weight for a couple of weeks, even sometimes a couple of months. And there's absolutely nothing we can do about it. We just have to learn to accept. Well, I take that back. There is something we can do about it, and that is just acceptance. Acceptance and work with our bodies and respect our bodies. But we can't get our bodies to lose weight as and when we want it. And the other thing to remember is that, you know, the more weight you have to lose, it's the more you're likely to see weight loss. But if you are small, like me, now I'm not losing those big numbers that I used to lose. Now, you know, 2 pounds in a month, which is half a pound a week. I, you know, that's what I'm seeing now. Sometimes it's just, you know, yeah, a pound I've had, you know, in a month, because I haven't got that much to lose now. So my body is just holding on. So, you know, there's all sorts of factors to remember. But I think the really important key is just to keep going and to make the, you know, let me speak for me. I'm on a journey to make healthy choices and to live a healthy life. So every day I try and find the path to making healthy choices every single day. And I know that when I do make those healthy choices, my body will absolutely reward me for it. Um, So yeah, I just wanted to come on and share that really quickly with you. So wherever you are on your journey, just keep going. And the other thing I want to just shout out is that if you're following the Weight Watchers plan, I know some people are, not everybody is, but if you are using the Weight Watchers plan, whether it's Slimming World or My Fitness Pal, etc., use those tools exactly as that, as a tool to help you make healthy choices. They are not the be all and end all. And I love the Weight Watchers plan, but Weight Watchers is brilliant when it comes to behavior science. In my opinion, they are not. Their strength is not nutritional science. And I say that because I'm on a journey learning about nutrition. They are not nutrition scientists. I have to go to other sources to get my nutrition science. But when it comes to behavior science, yes, they're fantastic with behavior science. So, you know, use different resources to help you to get where you want to be, but use the tools that WW provide, if that's, you know, what you're following, as a, I always describe it as we're on a journey, and you know, we may use different tools. We may use the car, and then we get on the train, and then we get to the cruise ship or to the airport, and then, you know, we get to a destination. Then we need another car, and then we may need a bus, you know, to get us where we want to go. It's unlikely we're going to, not unless you're going on holiday in the one country, in the same country, but if we're going across different continents, then we're going to use different methods, different vehicles to get us there. So think about your journey as the destination. You are on a journey, and you may use different tools at different stages to help you get there. And so I, for example, using the Weight Watchers app for, you know, the recipes, for the community, for the support, but I also tune into other resources for the nutrition support, because I'm not getting the nutrition knowledge and support from Weight Watchers. It's teaching me to track my food, and anything I want to eat, Weight Watchers say it's not off the table. But for me, that is not enough. I need to be guided around good sources of nutrition. So I use other tools to help me to do that. I use other tools to support me with my activity as and when I need that. And I definitely use loads of other tools to help me with my mindset. And the Weight Watchers tool is fantastic. It's superb for that, especially their virtuals. But some days I need a lot more than that. So I use other resources to help me with that. So that's what I'm saying, you know, find out what resources are out there and use different resources alongside, you know, your chosen app, whether it be Weight Watchers, Slimming World, MyFitnessPal, to help you get everything that you need for your journey. It is your journey, a lifelong journey. So guys, I hope that was helpful. Let me know what you think. I'm going to have to sign off now because I'm back at work in a few minutes. But that's it for me today. I will be back with you tomorrow. So, yeah, feel free to come and join me for more chit chat. We're going to do some more chit chat tomorrow. I've got plenty of food in the freezer. Oh, and by the way, I had that fruit crumble. My bowl is empty. Oh, my days. It was absolutely delicious. I had it with some yogurt, the Gut Health kefir yogurt. Oh my days, it was just superb, absolutely delicious. So we're not going to do any cooking tomorrow, but we're going to have lots of chit chat. So come and join me. Okay, guys, I will see you very, very soon. Take care. Have a lovely evening. Bye.